Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Advocates in Action Voices That Heal podcast. I am very, very excited to be with you guys tonight. As you know, this is week number, two, three? Three? Week number three that I've done this now. So what it basically is the presence or the premise is that we are doing a lot of advocacy in the community in the various areas that we all live in. And we're always putting on events and attending things and advocating and just doing all of this stuff that we don't always get to share with each other and we don't always get to share with you guys until after it's happened. So the idea is that we get folks on the show just to quickly go over, hey, what's happening this week and what have you been doing this month? So I've already had three wonderful guests on the show, and I'm going to welcome one more. You should know this face. She's a pretty familiar face. So I'm going to welcome Dr. Sydney Barnett to the screen here and invite her to share with us a little bit of her journey and her story, and then, of course, the things that she's doing around Lung Cancer Awareness Month and throughout the week that she is actually able to share. The other thing is a lot of the stuff we're doing, we can't share just yet because it's not live. So we have to be very careful what we talk about. But welcome to the show, and how you doing?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I guess I should just start with my story for who does not know me. My name is Sydney Barnett. I was diagnosed almost 9 years ago in February 2017 at the age of 33. I was in my medical intern year. I probably was just 7 months in. I was having a lot of symptoms before that and was diagnosed with walking pneumonia, hyperactive airway disease, started wheezing, thought I had asthma, went to a pulmonologist, and the workup showed an abnormality that was there for basically a year, which prompted me to ask for CT, and the CT showed the mass compressing my airway. Reason I was wheezing. And of course, workup showed that it was stage 4 lung cancer. I thankfully have a biomarker. I am ALK positive, so I was started on the first line drug at that time. I had progression in September 2022. So yeah, like three years ago, I had progression. I had 3 small brain mets, which thankfully have been either decimated or stable since switching to the next line of therapy. And I work full time as a hospitalist in Annapolis. I take care of cancer patients myself when they have unfortunate side effects and have to be hospitalized. And I take care of all the general medicine patients as well. So it's not just oncology patients. In terms of my advocacy, boy, Jamie.
I know it's like I'm having a hard time keeping up with everything I got going on, to be honest with you. So
I think that's the problem. The problem is like I have so many different things that I'm doing, so many things that are in the initial stages that I'm so glad that you put that disclaimer in there because I was like, yeah, most of my stuff I can't even mention yet.
Yep.
But I did do an interview with Black Doctor sharing my story as a collaboration with the American Lung Association. We're doing a biomarker campaign where we're promoting the fact that people need to know about biomarkers, ask biomarkers. That's what the American Lung Association is doing. And I think that I would love to be able to do more advocacy stuff like this, working with different organizations. Like, I was so happy that you invited me to this from Heal. I think that this is amazing that they do this just to show what everyone is doing. And I think that that is one of the things that I think that we need to know, push forward, make everyone know what is available out there for patient advocates, the fact that patients can look and be healthy just like you and I, and the fact that patient voices are very important to not only just awareness campaigns, but also in, for instance, research.
Absolutely. And I think one of the main things too with this whole podcast is the idea that we get caught up in this concept of like, if I'm going to advocate, I have to be like this big grand event with thousands of people and raise all this money and do all of these things. And advocacy is not that. Advocacy is, you get in where you fit. You do what's comfortable for you and what your lane is. And I think as we start to share the stuff that we're doing, as big and as small as it may be, it helps other advocates realize like, oh, okay, I can do something little like that and still be impactful. So it's just giving visibility to the different sides of advocacy so that you don't feel so intimidated by the thought and the concept of it.
I mean, like, it's funny because like everybody was like, "Oh, you do so much," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I do what I'm comfortable doing. Like, I am no good at fundraising. I suck at fundraising. That's not my lane. So I will not be one to really sign up to do a whole lot of fundraisers. I'll do one every once in a while, and every time I do it, I'm like, yeah, this is probably not for me." But everybody has their own niche that they prefer doing. Some people are very comfortable, sharing their story at different conferences. Some are comfortable sharing it, in smaller groups. Some people are doing it on social media. So it's not about trying to compare yourself to somebody else. It's what you feel led to do, what you feel you're comfortable doing. And even if it is that you're just doing it one on one, if you're changing someone's perspective or opening their eyes to the lung cancer journey, then that's still advocacy. So I think that that's what people need to look at it as, not necessarily having to be this big grand thing or putting together this big event, because I know for me that would be completely and utterly overwhelming. But I think that just doing little things that you're comfortable doing, be more comfortable talking about lung cancer, that not only helps with public awareness, but it also helps with breaking the stigma that lung cancer carries.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we are doing our best in all the lanes that we're in. I think some of us are in so many lanes that we're like swerving all over the place, like Fast and the Furious. But I mean, that's what we feel comfortable doing, and that's how it works. So this has been a pretty busy month for us in particular. I know you and I have been collaborating on a few things. So overall, what are some of the things that you've done so far for Lung Cancer Awareness Month? And we're only, 17 days into it. What have you done so far?
So what I've mainly done is just try to get out of my own way. I think one of the things with November being almost at the end of the year, we do so much advocacy in the beginning of the year, with different organizations, or for instance, going to Capitol Hill, or meeting and greeting at different conferences. And November sometimes is contentious, of course, because, just the climate, or you have Thanksgiving. I think for me, I am trying to post more. I'm trying to collaborate more. I'm trying to showcase other faces. I think that sometimes I feel like people are tired of seeing my face, and sometimes using my platform to show other faces who have lung cancer, my friends who are doing different advocacy things. That's what I've been kind of posting about a lot more. And also, I think for me, I've been very much about lung cancer, lung cancer, lung cancer. I think I am going to show more about, like, yeah, I have lung cancer, but I'm also living with lung cancer, doing a lot more other things. So that's one of the things that I'm working on now, is just trying to get my content together to post more.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, that's why I did this, because I'm like, let's start to, it's not just always about what I'm doing. Like, I know, I'm affiliated with Heal, and, I'm constantly running around and speaking for lung cancer for them. But like, I like to showcase what everybody else is doing too. You know what I mean? Like, you guys motivate me to do more stuff. So for me, I get vicarious energy out of you guys, and I enjoy just showcasing what everyone else is doing and being like, yeah, that's my friend. I know her. Look at what she's doing.
I know, right? You'd be like, yeah, I know her. She's a celebrity.
Right? It's funny, we start referring to each other as, like, celebrities in the lung cancer community now, which is so wild to think about, like, and I remember when I first got my diagnosis, and I used to think of, like, the OGs in the lung cancer community who were there already. They were like, when you first get the diagnosis and you start looking around, there's, like, the faces you see immediately, like, the first faces that pop up immediately, and you're like, "Oh, okay, it's these people. It's your Heidis, your Jill, your Terry," like, it's all of these folks that you see as soon as you pop into any of these lung cancer organizations. And I think in our own right, I think we're becoming those faces too now at this point. Like, I think we're starting to become figureheads. I kind of like it. It's interesting. It's a weird feeling, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's actually funny because somebody was like, "Oh, they were so excited to meet me," and I thought it was like, really?
Right. It's like, little old me. You want to meet me? Why?
Okay, really?
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
But it's kind of like, I mean, it is what it is. I think a lot of people, they get in their own way. I mean, I do it. I
Yep.
do it. That's a lot of what this year was for me, was getting out of that mindset of, oh, you need to be perfect, or, oh, people are expecting this of you, so you need to do that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do what makes me feel comfortable, what I feel led to do. And if I don't meet someone's expectations, then,
Yeah.
So I think that's like the main thing that people need to probably realize when it comes to advocacy. It's like, what is your North Star? What is being true to you? It's not about what other people are doing or comparing yourself to other people. Like, no one will be better at being you than you.
True. True that. I wish I had you big screen for that. That was like the perfect soundbite. Missed it. All right. Sorry, heel team. My bad. I missed that one. But no, I think you're 100% right, and that's what I usually tell folks that are new in the community, because you come in and it's like opportunities are going to come your way. There's going to be tons of chances for you to share your story, do this, do that, go here, go there, and just be all over if you choose to. But like, you also have the very real possibility of burning yourself out immediately, because you are going to be stretched very thin. So it's like, you got to find the organizations, you got to find the causes, like you said, that are your North Star, that are your true North, that this is what I align with. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what, my purpose is in this community. And those are the endeavors and the things that you support wholeheartedly. You can still go out to other events and other things and make appearances, but you make priority for those things that align with your mission and what you do, because at the end of the day, that's the legacy. Legacy is my word of the week. That's the legacy that you leave behind, is the niche that you worked in, and the stuff that you did, and the way that you moved the needle forward where you were passionate. And so, yeah, I think it's important that you do find that, and if you don't know what that is, then just take some time, because you're probably still new to the
Yeah, I
diagnosis to
think, I
figure it out.
mean, I think that, like, the only way you're going to know what you like is just by trying everything and being like, yeah, no, that's not for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I really like this. Oh, I'm really good at this. And remember what your skill set was before lung cancer, because a lot of the times that will also help with where you go. Like, look at you, for instance. I mean, you, Miss Media Personality.
I
Like,
don't know.
I can't do what you do. I am not a great moderator. And yeah. But that was your skill set before lung cancer, right?
Yep.
And that's what you leaned into. And I think that that's what people need to recognize. Like, I leaned into the fact that I can understand the medicine. I mean, for the most part, because of course, oncology is rapidly changing and I don't remember or know everything.
Yeah.
But I can read it and interpret it for one of you guys who, this is just gibberish to you. So I lean into that because I can understand it or translate it.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to remember that, what is your superpower, or what is your skill set before lung cancer, and try to see how you can apply that skill set into your lung cancer advocacy.
Yeah. So we got a comment in the chat here that I'm gonna throw in here just because I'm not sure who you're referring to, but I'm gonna put it in the conversation anyway. Says to be a moderator, you first need to be capable to control yourself. Not sure if you can do it, lady. It's interesting. I'm wondering who that was for. Is that for me or is that for Sydney? Because I'm not sure I know who you are. So that's interesting. But
Okay, interesting
right.
comment.
I mean, I'm just the curiosity. It piqued the curiosity, so I was like, I'll throw it in here for giggles today. But I know we don't have that much time. I'm doing another back-to-back conversation, and so I got to jump to another room. But to quickly share the advocacy that I've been doing as well. So this past week, I was able to share my story with the bar that I play pool in on Thursday nights, which was interesting because and I don't feel like I live a separate life. You know what I mean? Like I'm very much out when it comes to my lung cancer diagnosis. It's not a secret. If you Google my name, I'm all over the place for lung cancer. So it's not like, hey, don't post that, don't put pictures of me. I'm all over the place with it. But I still don't openly share in public venues, if that makes sense. Like I've never shared with everybody at the bar that I have lung cancer. And so that other night I literally got in there and it was biomarker testing day and I got the okay to do a fundraiser and I was, you know me, I don't like fundraisers either. I'll do a one-off every now and then, but like then I'm like, okay, here you go. Here's some money and I'm going back to what I do best because raising money also is not it for me. Um, and I don't know how people do like every year they get $20,000 that they raise for these walks. I'm like, how do you do that? Like I think I lost fundraising steam after year like 2. People are like, are you still alive? You're still asking for money? Like, what you do with the money I gave you last year? So it's like, I can't. But anyway, so I was able to raise a good quantity of money that I donated to longevity. A couple years ago, I did a biomarker testing PSA, and I really wanted to tie it all back to the biomarker testing day. So I donated that money to longevity. And shout out to the gentleman at the bar who won. It was a 50-50 raffle. Premise of that is you buy the raffle ticket and then at the end of the night you draw a number out of the bucket and then whoever wins is supposed to get 50% of the pot. This lovely gentleman was like, I'm just going to donate it back to you so you can have it for the lung cancer research. And I was like,
Oh, that's amazing.
right? Because times is hard. And I was like, I wasn't expecting anybody to do that. And, I'm appreciative, but I definitely was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept the money because it's like, the eggs is like $38. Like, I mean, look, times is hard. But that being said, he donated it back. So I made that donation in his name and in my name and the bar's name as well as Frank, who also matched the contribution too. So we made a good sized donation to biomarker testing, to longevity. And I felt really good about that. And then I shared my story at my church, which was another whammy. Because now I'm very much out now in this community. Like everybody knows there's no secretly existing as a lung cancer advocate by night and regular person by the day. Like I'm absolutely out in Maryland right now. And that's fine. You know what I mean? I got an outpouring of love and support, and I'll share the video of me sharing my testimony in church some point this week. I got to space out my advocacy here because it's a little top heavy this week. Yeah, and then of course, we spontaneously met up this past weekend to do a quick PSA, an idea that I had been kicking around for a while, and I was like, Sydney will be good for this. Let me see if she's available. And the stars happened to align for that, so we were able to get that done. My part of that PSA is coming probably at the end of the week, after, give yours some time to get some traction and some numbers, and then I'll post mine too so we can keep the momentum moving forward. But yeah, that's what I got going on, continuing to host good conversations and spotlight advocates who are doing work in the community. And that's Lung Cancer Awareness Month for me, folks, and I'm tired. I'm drained. These Mondays wear me out. I'm not even gonna lie. Mondays are wearing me out.
I mean, it is a lot, especially when you concentrate it into 1 month, which is one of the reasons why, I mean, not to say that I don't want to like post a whole lot in Lung Cancer Awareness Month. I do, but at the same time, like, I also don't want to burn myself out just thinking, oh, I need to post every single day in November. I mean, we have lives outside of this, and things will come up. I mean, I still work, you still work, so it's kind of like, but it's funny because when you were talking about you being out in your lung cancer world, it reminded me of a patient's relative when I was talking to the patient. And, it came up, somebody was asking a lot of questions. I don't know where their intent was, but the relative said, "Oh, don't worry. We understand your connection to oncology." And I was just like, "Oh, somebody went and Googled me."
Right, right. Yep. So funny, and you know what? It was funny in church too. On Sunday, somebody came up to me and they were like, "I thought you looked familiar. I saw you on YouTube," and I was like, "It's just like, what do you mean you saw me on YouTube?" I'd be forgetting. And he was like, "Yeah, I watched this Chronic Love episode, and I was thinking, I'm like, she looks very familiar," and I was like, "Yeah, that was me." Okay, it's weird. It's a weird feeling to be recognized in the streets. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. So yes, I'm very much out in Maryland now, so there's no more hiding. The lung cancer is a brand. It's on my sleeve now. Everybody knows. So I mean, it's good in a sense because I mean now it just opened me up to a lot more conversations with people. I think I've had at least a dozen conversations, from both, playing pool and church in the last like 5 to 7 days where it's like, there's a community out here of people that needed this information. And I'm just really glad that, the conversation is happening and that we're able to facilitate it as advocates. So, all right, my girl, I have to jump to another room. So shout out your contact information. Where can people find you and Google you, and keep up with all things that are Sydney?
Well, you can find me on my handles at Dr. Yola Olo. On TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook is Sydney Barnett.
All right. That was easy to remember. And folks, you know where you can find me. If you search Heal Collaborative, I'm all through there. So you can just connect with the Heal Collaborative first and foremost and get connected to everything they're doing. They're more than just lung cancer, they have a lot more initiatives that they spearhead as well. I'm just the face of lung cancer for them. So you're getting introduced to Heal Collaborative via lung cancer, but please do check out their website for the other things that they talk about and the things that they have events around the country for, because they're doing great work in all different types of realms and areas. But you can find me on TikTok. I am, what am I? It's Just Jams on TikTok. I also have a
You
TikTok
forgot your
advocacy
handle.
page, which is a little bit less popular. I mix it all together. So I would just say follow me on It's Just Jams. And if you happen to traipse over to the other one, then that's fine too. Facebook is Jamie Jam, and Instagram is just underscore jams. I never know my names. You would think I would know these by now. But anyway, like, there's too many names to shout out. But yes, I appreciate you for being with me tonight, Sydney. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day. I know you got stuff to do, but I just wanted to showcase the stuff that you're doing and the stuff that we're doing together, and just really let folks know that the advocacy is happening all around you. So get in there, share things, talk to your friends and family about it. The most important thing you can do is just connect with the content so that we know that we're making an impact and that we're changing things for the better. So yes. Anything you want to say before any last departing bits of wisdom? I know we had our PSA and you wanted to say something about screening, so I'll give you an opportunity now to
Oh,
screen.
girl, I'm telling you, I looked at that video that we did and you were asking me questions and I was like, "Oh, that would have been the perfect time to talk about screening. Why didn't I do it?" And I mean, again, this is what it talks about, just accepting the fact that you're not going to be perfect. Because even when I was there, I was just like, yeah, I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it. And I didn't even catch that until you already posted it. And I
Yep.
was just like, all right, next time. But for anyone who is at high risk for lung cancer, if you have more than 20 pack years, and what that means is if you smoke a pack a day for more than 20 years, if you are greater than 50 years old, and if you are still smoking or you quit less than 15 years ago, you are eligible for a low-dose CT scan for screening. It is a quick and simple test. It takes 5 minutes. And if you are found to have an abnormality, more than likely that can get just checked out real fast, and hopefully it will be found at an earlier stage than when you are symptomatic. So please, if you are eligible for lung cancer screening, go and get it done.
Yeah. The Heal team will be so happy with me for that. Thank you so much, Sydney, for being with me tonight. And thank you, Veronica Conway, for chiming in and connecting with us tonight. Definitely appreciate you watching. And Team Ruby for always being our biggest supporter, too. Folks, I got to jump into another room. Keep it locked. Make sure you check out YouTube because I'm going to be live in about 3.5 minutes again. So make sure you follow me to the next room. I'm just going to walk around and hop in rooms and be live all night long. It's fine. But yeah. I'll see y'all next time right here on Voices That Heal, Advocates in Action, next Monday at 7 p.m. See ya.
All right. Bye.